Hello and welcome to another project of Nioma. Today we are standing in one of the first projects that we ever did, and this is company of Procesni Engineering. Maybe some background about this building. In this building we have two companies. One of them is strictly oriented in engineering, and another company back there, which we will show you later, is oriented on production. They are doing different devices for processes. So they are returning actually the heat back into the process, and with doing that they're really ecologic friendly company. What they did, they moved into this location a couple of years ago. They had two different headquarters, but now both of the companies are in this building. What you can see around, it's full service of us. So we did turnkey solution from designing the building to the end programming of the whole building, and there is a lot of things to show you. Let us start with first things first, how to get into the building. Outside of the building we have NFC readers. The whole building is connected to Luxon's system. Also the full user management is done with our system, meaning that we know for each user which door he can use, because different users can go into the building, different users can go to warehouses. We have two different warehouses, and we also have production line behind us. So it's really important for the owner of the company to know who has access to which building. In addition to that, of course, we have access to the parking place. This opens at 6 o'clock and closes at 3 o'clock. So there's reduced possibility for burglaries in the night because they cannot even access the building. Of course, another topic for this kind of building is also heating and cooling. Right now, maybe a short introduction to heating. The company is using gas for its processes. Gas is actually the main input for the processes, which we will show also later. However, since they already have gas in the house, they are also using gas for heating up. So here we see the main heating unit and distribution boards, and also the hot water tube. However, when this system works and how much does it work, it's also controlled via Luxon. So we actually control turning the pump and the heat on and off. So this was one of big topics when we started this project. Maybe it was one of the deciding one when we were deciding to go or not to go into smart home. The customer wanted to have central control of all the climate devices. We have 14 of them in this building. Some of them are located in the thoroughfares. There is one in the common area, and also each office has it's controlled centrally, but it's also controlled individually by users. However, if there is less guy leaving the company, all of the climate devices will automatically shut down, and so they help to save a lot of energy. Furthermore, if there is, for example, too cold, they will turn off automatically. There are also many other functions which we can use in smart home to centrally control the system and not allowing the energy consumption to go out of the site. What's really important in a project like that are lights and shading. Of course, you have to control lights because you have to have central control of the whole system. Not only those nice LEDs which are on the wall of the hall, but also for the comfort of each user. So we have DALI system, and we use it for all the lights in the house. And the next topic, of course, are shades. All the shades are also automatically controlled. So the glass side of the house is oriented on the west. So afternoon, there is huge amount of sun coming in, and with controlling all the shades, we can automatically shade the building and protect it from overheating. Another really important aspect of the building like that is also to control its energy. So we know everything about lights, we control shades, we control access, we control heating, we control cooling. However, we also have included the energy. So we can have a flow monitor. We can see how much energy the house is using. We can also actively connect some of them and control of them, of course. However, we are also having wall box because some of employees already have electrical cars. We can control also that. So allowing them to charge, how much to charge and when to charge, so that the energy consumption is optimal. So you wonder how users can control their room? Well, they can, but they can only control their room. So each user cannot control the whole building, but they can control lights and they can control shades. They can, of course, control access, so they can open the gate and come and leave if they come out of the working time. However, the nicest part about this project is that everything is done automatically. So when the first user comes in the morning, the building is already preheated, or maybe in summer pre-cooled. Alarm turns off automatically. There are lights which can be guided it automatically, so they turn on and off when necessary. So actually there is not much thing which would be left for the users, so they can simply enjoy in using the building, enjoy in workspace they have. However, there is not much input actually needed. If they want to have it, they have it in their room, so each user can access it. They can have an app, they have touches, so they can use the basic control of the building, but that's it. The building is so fully automated that it does not actually need an input from the admin. So one thing you're not allowed to forget in a building like that is safety. In this building we have two main factors of safety. One is fire detection. So we have fire alarm being used with Loxone switches. And of course the second one is burglar alarm. Since this is business offices, there are a lot of things which could be stolen. For that we have also alarm which can be turned off or on automatically. So when the first person comes or when the last person leaves, even if they don't activate the alarm, it will activate after some time. And these are maybe two really important aspects, because having fully automated building means you also have to have fully automated safety. So we're recording right now in the winter, but you can see that access control is also done with Loxone. So these gates behind me, they open automatically at some o'clock in the morning. I think it's 6 o'clock because they start at 6. But the problem is they want to have it closed. So they were meant to be closing all the times. But there was a problem, because how can you open it from here? And you have 3 different section gates, so you have to control when and how. So we simply installed this button, and this button, what actually does is it opens the doors, of course, logically. However, we have additional button which says simply open for the whole day. So when they press it, these gates won't close for the rest of the day, because maybe they have some job to do for what they need to have the open doors. And maybe that's a nice solution that we did for them. So they have really control here, so they don't need to use their mobile phones, they don't need to go anywhere. They simply press the button and it's done. It's done for the rest of the day. For the production part of this building, it's also interesting. It's not so complicated as maybe in, let's say, in the part where you have a lot of users in the offices. However, also here you have different aspects. For example, if you look up, you can see that they have heating source, and this heating source also has to be automatically controlled. So it's really important that the company has working temperature in the morning and on the other side when the persons are leaving. So it's really nice that it's not working for the whole day, and that's regarding the heating. And besides, you have cooling, so you have openings on the windows, and this is also being controlled because as first they need to have safety feature in case if they're working, if they're welding, if there's some dust in the air, they can open it and they can air the room automatically, of course, for some time. And on the second hand, you need to leave the heat out, because also in summer here is really hot, and this can be done automatically, so the heat goes out and they have automatically better working climate in the production hall. We discussed a lot about maybe alarm mode, which I also explained in some other video, but I haven't showed you yet. So maybe this is an option for this building to show you how alarm system works. What we have is a whole sequence, but since we are now in the building, we will just try to simulate it. So we turned off the building. So you see that the lights are off, shades went down, although it's in the afternoon, we put them off manually, and also alarm is now active. So right now we will manually start the alarm, so as there would be a burglar coming in. And you can already hear the sequence already started. So the first part is clicking. You hear loud clicking of the touches. You will soon hear the siren in the next building. I think you hear it. So what's happening right now, and the last part of the sequence started, this is blinking of the lights. So this is now really getting a lot of attention, but not now because it's daylight, but in the evening this is really drawing a lot of attention to the building. And because of better visibility, also all the shades go up. So this automatically means that your building is fully exposed. You can see from the outside, and I believe this is not a really pleasant situation for somebody who just broke into the building to be seen, because you're really seen from far away. So you can see it from the street, from the parking place, from the other street, and if your company is located somewhere in the industrial area, it's also seen from the other buildings. So It's really not a nice place to be right now if you're a burglar. We mentioned a lot of cool features in smart home. This one is another one. I'm now into Procesni engineering. I want to go home and I'm the last guy in the company. So this company has a specific, so they have here a system for measuring time and they have separate alarm system. This was a wish from the customer that the alarm system in this building is separated, but we can see it in our system, but we are not allowed to turn it on and off. This is just because they wanted to have a safety feature back then. This is a couple of year old project and we did it like that. However, now I'm leaving the company. So I know I left Klima device in one of the room. I left it on. I have left on the lights in my room, but I'm leaving now. So I'm wondering what will happen. So you're not allowed to see the code, I'm sorry. And I have now 20 seconds to leave. You will see now the most interesting part. I'm leaving now. I'm now going maybe to a parking place, but you will see behind me before I get to the car. Also the doors will open. So this is one of the cool features which happens automatically. And if I forgot to mention, upstairs, the climate devices and light, they're already turned off. So I can go home. Have a nice day.